Hello guys, and welcome back. It's been about 2 weeks since we've been down here working on this shooting house. It's still really hot. It's 94 degrees today. It's going to be a hot one tomorrow, and then it's going to start finally cooling off. So we got quite a bit done since the last time we did a video. I'm going to take you up on the top here in a few minutes and show you what we've got. We'll do a quick walk around and show you how far we've got since the last time we were on the video camera. So let's go for a little quick look around. Okay, so there's what we got done over the weekend there 2 weeks ago. We got our floor almost on. We got our floor joist and everything in. We still got some supports to put on, some brackets and braces. And staircase, we're going to start working on that tonight and see how far we can get. And we've got a couple, 2 or 3 trees I'm going to cut down and get out of the way. We're going to do that first. So we'll get back with you guys as progress comes along. Well guys, we got all the floor on now except for one board, and we didn't put that on just to give us access to putting up the staircase. And I have not been able to get up there yet with the video camera. Not going to manage to do that tonight. We'll do that the next time we come down. But there's the start of the landing that we're going to do for the staircase. So looking up there at it, the staircase is going to come right straight towards us and come down. I'm going to use a 2x8 by 16 foot, and wherever that brings us is where it's going to bring us. Then I'm going to put another 3-foot landing, and I'm going to turn and I'm going to come back up this way where the tractor's sitting, so that when you go up the tree stand, you can come in on the back side and sneak up from the back instead of having to walk around the front where the deer could see you. So if it happens to be there's a couple deer out there at 200, 300, 400 yards when we come down at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the evening, whatever time, we got a good chance of sneaking up in the tree stand without spooking them off. So we got a pretty good start on it. We did cut quite a bit of wood before we got started tonight, so we got the wood cutting out of the way. The landing is started, and I decided to start at the top and work my way down, because I'm not a carpenter. I consider myself a machinist, but I definitely am not a carpenter. So I knew if I tried to start at the ground and work my way up, that I was not going to come out where I wanted to come out at. So it might be a little harder to start at the top and work my way down, but that's what we're doing. And I looked up on the internet to get the degree on what a set of steps are supposed to be. And what I found is a set of stairs are supposed to be 37 degrees, and your riser is supposed to be 7 3/4 inches. So I just did the math and figured out what I was going to need to do to make that work. So I've cut my angles on that walkway right there, our landing. We've cut those angles at 18.5 degrees. We'll cut 18.5 degrees on our runners for the stairs, and we put them together. It should come out to be 37 degrees, and we're going to put some 4x4s underneath it to support it. We got to dig some more holes and mix some more concrete, so we still got quite a bit of work ahead of us before we get that done. So we're going to call this quits for the day. I've got my buddy Shane down there. He's been helping me today, and Lapua, he's ready to go home. We're going to load all this firewood up in the trailer so that we're not driving home empty-handed. We'll fill that trailer up with this wood that we have cut. Here's a little pile. Here's a little pile. I've got about 4 or 5 of these piles laying around, and by the time we get them all put in the trailer, we should have a trailer load. So until the next time, fellas, it's going to be probably Saturday before we get back over here. Today's Wednesday. We'll be back over Saturday to do some more work. Until next time, y'all take it easy. Well guys, me and Kyle got down here this morning at daylight, and it was about 56 degrees, I think. It was nice and cool this morning. We got a lot of work done today. We've got our staircase almost up, and we're setting in a few support posts. Thought I'd bring you in, show you guys what we're doing here. Now we've dug that hole over there, we got 24 inches deep. This hole here, we're about 16 or 18, we're still working. But the ground is so hard that we have to chisel it out with this here giant killer. Some people call it a tamper, but we always grew up calling it a giant killer because if you work it all day, it'll kill a giant. And we just got to work this ground out. I work out about 1 inch or 2, and then Kyle gets the loose dirt out. And this hole right here gave us a little bit of a problem because we had to get through a small stump. But I just hit that ground hard enough to go down about 1/2 inch. If you go down much more than that, you can't move it. About 1/2 inch at a time. We've been real lucky though. We ain't hit any rocks. Just a few tree roots. And you can see how that ground's breaking up. It's like sand that just won't stick together. So it's hard to even get it out of the hole with that post hole digger because you lose some of it before you can get it out of the hole. It falls back in. It is starting to get warm though. It's going to get up to 80 today, which is 15 degrees cooler than it was the day we started this project. It was about 95 degrees that day.
It's about 20 inches deep.
We about 20?
Yep.
Let me come around on that side. And we've done 2 holes like this. We need to do 2 more today. And in the morning, I'm going to feel it. My arms are going to be sore tomorrow, that's for sure. Now the reason we're putting a support post here, guys, is I don't know if you can see this split or not, but that's where our 16-foot long 2x8 stopped. And we thought about putting a little landing here and then going out the back side, but it was going to be twice as much work, take us twice as long. For 5 foot more on the step, we just decided to run it straight on down. It's going to be a lot easier on it. And that hole's going to be deep enough when you get it cleaned out.
I believe it's got it.
That's 24 inches. That post is, that level's 2 foot, and it's in the ground. There's the top of it right there. So we got that one in there pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to put this post in place and put a couple screws in it. We'll mix 2 bags of concrete and put a bag of concrete in each hole. Ready?
Yep.
We've just about worn this Torx bit out. It likes to slip out of the screws now. It's getting worn out. So anyway, there's that support post. Once we mix our concrete, we'll take these two supports off. We can take this support off up here. And we got to decide where we're going to dig our other holes, and we'll get started digging on those. But I wanted to bring you in, show you a little bit of the work going on. So far, all you've been doing is seeing the finished product, but this is what we're doing. And so far, it's been a pretty challenging job, but we're getting it. We're going to have it done before hunting season.
We hope.
And somebody killed deer out of it.
Yep.
So maybe it'll be Jenna. She'll get her first buck right down here in this field. So that's, what is today? October what? 3rd, 4th?
I think today is the 4th, ain't it? Let's see. October 5th.
Today is October the 5th. Our gun season opens up the second Saturday in November, so we got about 5 weeks before gun season. We got a muzzleloader season opens next weekend, don't it?
Next weekend, yeah.
Yeah, we probably have it done enough to hunt off of if you wanted to hunt late in the night. If you wanted to come down and kill one. But
Yeah, we'll probably hunt at the range next weekend.
But anyway, fellas, we're going to jump off here. We're going to get a little more work done. I'll bring you back in before we go home today and show you what we've accomplished. Okay, guys, we're ready to mix up some concrete. I'll bring you in here while we do this too. Kyle's going to dump it out, put some water on it. Since we ain't got a whole lot to mix, we're just doing it in the wheelbarrow. A little more. All right.
Here, I'll hold it.
Never fails. Right when you're in the middle of something. They'll have to wait a minute and call me back later. When it's hot out here like this, that's the way I like to mix the concrete, where it's kind of runny, because that ground is so dry it's just going to suck the water right out of it. We're going to take it right up here and pour it in that hole. Right there. Give it a dump. Give it a dump. No faster. Faster, dump it.
Going in.
pretty much it, fellas. Work it in there. Another thing, when you mix it up real thin like that, it'll work in around your post and makes it easier to get all the way around the post. If you mix it up too dry, it might not run in on the back side of your post. So we got one more to do, and I think I'm gonna take a break, get me a drink of water. Might want to back up just a little bit, Kyle. There you go. Okay guys, we got one more bag here we're going to mix. Putting a little extra water in it, fellas, it makes it a whole lot easier to mix up too. Alrighty, we're going in that hole right there. Right there, give her a dump. All right. Okay. That ain't gonna work. Well, there it is. That one there was completely full. So there's 2 holes dug and filled with concrete, fellas. I'm gonna get me a bottle of water. Take a break for a few minutes. Okay guys, you can see we are putting on our stair treads now. We got our stringers up. Treads are going on. These are all on. Several of these are on. We got a few up there that are just hanging there with a couple of screws to give us some measurements this morning and get it started. And I think these are going to work out pretty good. We got an 8-inch rise and 37 degrees on the stringers. Now I think I told y'all the other day I'm not a carpenter. I'm a machinist, but I looked it up on the internet and they said 37 degrees on the stair stringer, so that's what we got it set at, and it looks like it's going to work out about perfect. I don't know how many stairs are here all together, but we'll get a count on those and let you know what they are here in just a minute. But we're going to put another stringer in real quick, and then we'll be able to move right on up to the top. We've got it marked off on one stringer, and then on the other side we're just getting it level and putting screws to it.
got the screws. Is that where you want it?
I want it right there, perfect. Okay, so that's how we're putting our treads in place. We're getting them close. This don't have to this don't have to meet any kind of OSHA codes. So as long as we're close enough for what we want, we're good to go. So this one's already been put in. Got 3 screws in that and over there, or 2.
We'll have 20 treads plus the landing.
Looks like it's got 3 in it already. I don't know if I get on them yet. Okay, so fellas, that's what we're doing. We're going to work our way up, and we'll get back with you guys here shortly.